Try to recall the face of your first teacher. Don't force it. Just wait. You aren't searching for a file in a folder. Instead, an image seems to assemble itself and present itself to you, uninvited. This process of memory recall is less like accessing data and more like receiving a message from another part of yourself. Neurologically, this isn't a single event, but a complex reconstruction, a pattern of neural firing that rebuilds an experience. But to your conscious experience, it feels autonomous. The memory arrives with its own emotional texture, its own sensory details, almost as if it lived a life of its own before you called on it. This feeling of separateness isn't just for images. There is a voice, a narrator, that's almost always on. You don't decide to start your internal monologue. It's simply the default state. This is the activity of the default mode network, or DMN, in your brain. A web of interacting brain regions, including the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate cortex, that hums with activity when you aren't focused on an external task. It's responsible for self-reflection, thinking about the future, and, critically, constructing your sense of self. This narrator isn't really you. It's a process your brain runs, a constant stream of story-making that you happen to be listening to. What if that narrator isn't a single voice, but a committee? Psychological frameworks like dialogical self-theory propose the self is not a singular point, but a dynamic multiplicity of I positions. You have an I as a child, an I as a professional, an I who is hungry. These positions can and do enter into dialogue with each other. This isn't pathology, it's the very structure of our consciousness. Similarly, the internal family systems model views the mind as comprised of parts with their own beliefs and motivations. Your procrastination isn't a flaw. It's a part of you trying to protect you from the potential failure another part fears. They are in conflict, talking past each other. An extreme version of this internal otherness was proposed by Julian Jaynes in his bicameral mind theory. He argued that until about 3,000 years ago, humans didn't experience consciousness as an internal space. Instead, the right hemisphere's thoughts and memories were communicated to the language-dominant left hemisphere as auditory hallucinations. These voices weren't perceived as self-talk, but as the direct commands of gods, muses, or ancestors. The breakdown of this bicameral mentality, Jaynes argued, led to the birth of introspective consciousness, the moment the voice became internal. It's a radical theory, but it powerfully illustrates how easily the brain's dialogue can be mistaken for an external entity. Think about a time you argued with yourself and lost. How is that possible? Who is the you that won, and who is the you that lost? This isn't just a turn of phrase, it's a deep paradox. This internal debate is a function of cognitive dissonance resolution. Your brain holds two conflicting ideas. For example, I should eat healthy and I want this cake. Different neural coalitions, backed by different motivations, long-term planning versus immediate reward, compete for dominance. The argument you experience is the conscious feeling of this subconscious battle. The winning thought isn't necessarily more logical. It's often the one with the stronger emotional or neurochemical backing. So, when a memory talks back, what is happening? A memory is not a file retrieved from a disk. It is actively and constantly reconstructed every time you access it. Neuroscientist Kareem Nader's work on memory reconsolidation shows that each recall makes a memory vulnerable. It's pulled out, altered by your current emotional state and knowledge, and then resaved or reconsolidated as a new version. This means a memory of failure can talk back to you with the voice of your current anxiety. A happy memory can speak with the wisdom you've gained since. The memory isn't an independent agent, but it is a dynamic, living pattern that reflects who you are now, not just who you were then.